Hello there guys, and welcome back to another car modeling tutorial. Today in this episode we're going to continue working down the side. In the previous episode we worked on the windscreen here, which is looking quite nice. Again, that's subject to adding a few more details. When we get to that, we're going to continue working down the side here. I think we'll start with the side skirt maybe, because there are a couple of, well, not a couple, there's one really major detail. Well, I say major, there's one detail, should we say. It's actually running down, there's just a small lip on this section down here, and then it kind of just forms under the car, so it needs to go under a little bit more than it is just now. So let's work on that first, and then we'll probably have a go at joining up the window up here. Now before we do anything, I'm going to come in the side here. So this is kind of a snapshot of what we're going to do when it actually gets to adding the details and things. So I'm going to come in here and just make sure that all of our edges here are aligned to the top of this panel. Now it's a low resolution blueprint that I'm working from, so it's obviously the panel's not actually going to be that thick, the panel gap. So we'll see what we can do with this. Just get it looking as tidy as possible. And then obviously we want to do the same back here. Okay. So let's grab these edges and I'm going to extract, and I'm going to combine them down here. So we're going to grab these two. Actually, let's grab these faces as well. Let's just undo that. Might be easier in the long run if we take these two. So let's extract those, and let's add these two together. So we're going to go to mesh, combine, and then if I can select the right thing, let's go edit mesh, merge, do the same down here. Oops. Looks like I grabbed the wrong edge for that, which isn't a big deal. So let's grab these ones here. So we're going to go here. I'm going to say edit mesh and merge. I'm going to do the same down here and then the same down here. So merged all to that interior kind of section there. Make sure that's looking okay. Okay, so it looks like all of these here. Let's also make sure these are sitting in the right spot. Okay, and then we're just going to check perspective and just make sure that's looking okay. I'm going to grab all of these lower vertices and I'm just going to pull these under, maybe something like that. And we can do the same back here. Just going to pull those underneath, and we are now going to select, let's see, it looks like so if I just bring this inside here, we can see that we have a lip that runs all the way along there, and it looks like we have the lip back on these portions too, but it's nowhere near as severe. So let's just take select our faces. I'm going to grab these two. I'm not going to select that inner face. I'm going to grab these ones here too. Not the inner one. I'm going to grab these faces. So I'm going to grab all of those and I'm going to hit Control E to extrude. And we're going to pull these out something like that. So we've just got an ever such a slight little lip on there. And then I'm going to grab all these faces that we have on here. And let's see if this is going to work for us. I'm going to take it from the world. Let's go component. That's working quite nicely. So I'm going to drop down here, select component, and I'm going to pull out a bit further. That looks good. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going to pull out to something about there. To about the same width as the older extrusion. Something like that. I think I'll maybe pull out in the green a little bit too. So that's looking good. Let's get our target weld because we don't want this extra lip on the bottom of any of these. So we're going to want to weld, and I'm going to weld the front face to the front vertices, should I say, to the rear. So we'll go to there and there. Because we want to make sure we've got enough of a slope underneath here. Okay. Let's grab this vertices. Now, we could do a few things with this. We could snap it up here, which is quite a nice option actually. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to snap that to the original point out here. So let's merge those two vertices together. Before we go anywhere, we don't need this diagonal line anymore, if that's the case, here. So let's ditch that. So we've just got that one line that comes out. Let's grab these and just pull these ever so slightly lower there. And then we just want to kind of do the same at the front here. So let's grab our target weld. We'll bring that up here, like so. And then let's just find a nice mid-ground with this. Something like that. I'm going to also add, let me get rid of this, an edge loop. It's not going to like that too much, doesn't look like it likes that too much. Let's just make sure all these are merged together. This one, obviously we don't need that diagonal line anymore. Sweet, so let's try again. So in that line down here. It's not connecting here, so let's just bring those together there. Do the same here. I wonder if it'll let us draw a line between these. So yeah, so I've got an issue here. Hopefully you guys won't have the same, but I'll rectify that. It's probably because of the vertices. I don't think I held down Control fully. Yeah, so I haven't actually. I've got an excess face in here. So I must have an excess face at the back too. Okay, let's delete those. So I just had an excess face in this middle section here. So if you're not able to get that line running all the way across, you've probably got a similar issue. So I've just deleted those excess faces, which should now allow me to bridge across here. And then the same here. And the same back here too. It looks like on the examples that this is a lot closer. Here and down here as well. So pull these closer too. Something like that. So now we've got a nice lip as part of that section, and we can see that that's coming off there quite nicely. Sweet. So that lip's looking pretty good. Let's think about the windows now on the side. So we did plan for a lot of this geometry beforehand, but if we remember, we did add this section in down here. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have 1, 2, and 1, 2 to make sure that they link up nicely on the sides. Before we do anything, it looks like the angle's not looking too good on mine. This one here. So let's select these vertices, and I'm just going to pull them in this direction. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we only have 4, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up here. Now that's not a big deal. I don't think. We could quite easily have some glass which isn't fully lining up. We could maybe have a triangle down here. So let's just add one more up top. Let's go for a line here. And then one that matches there. And again, we want to make sure that we're kind of matching the curve, if there is a curve. Something like that. Okay, so let's grab then some of these edges. We'll maybe work from the back edge and then we'll separate it and then just pull it forward a little bit. So let's go from this edge here at the front to this edge, and let's bridge that. So edit mesh and bridge, and then we'll do the same inside here. Through here, and then through there. So we've got our glass shape running nicely through there. Let's think about going horizontal. So let's grab a line inside here, which will allow us to snap out there. We should know that car windows have curves to them. So I'm going to grab all of these and we'll pull these out just to match that line that we have up there, which is fine. We can now bridge across here, and then for this last section here we'll fill the hole. So I'm going to go mesh and then fill hole. So that's looking good, and we can grab all of these faces and we want to extract these. So we're going to go to edit mesh again and hit extract. And what we could do, it actually looks like it's quite a good distance in from there. So what I'll actually do is I'm going to grab the edges, not those ones, these ones. So I'm going to grab these outer edges here and pull these in. Actually no, let's extrude them. Extrude that trim inside there, which is fine. And then we created a basic blim last week, so we can assign that to. Let's go for, let's select the right one. Let's go for a bit more transparency, a bit more specular. Just so we can see it. Maybe go a bit darker too. Sweet. Okay, so we're looking quite good down this side. Got a bit more detail inside there. Let's think about now moving around to the rear, to the back of the car. I'm just going to have a look at how the kind of rear window we've got set up here. It's kind of hard. A lot of them have got window louvers on them. I don't know if that's stock on a Demon. If anyone knows, if you could drop that in the comments. Doesn't appear to be anything on the actual blueprints, but with these blueprints there never is. Let's say dodge. Okay, so there's nothing really jumping out on here. Let's go back to, so it looks like the setup for the rear windows is very much the same as the front. So see that kind of just overlaps the lip there, and then we've got a little bit of trim that runs around that inside. So that's fine, we can work with that. So we'll have a go at firing that together just now, if we have time. So we already have that kind of shape that goes around the glass. So we're going to just do the same again. So let's grab all of these edges. Now it's going to be a bit hard because of what we have here, because it does actually look as though this is part of the window. So let's maybe extrude this bit first, and then we can extrude that lower section. So we're going to go in, just like before. Let's do the same here. And we're just going to go this on the blue component. So take that in about the same distance. Let's grab these again. We're going to hit Control E. Let's see. We could maybe go the blue again. That's looking quite nice. But we'll maybe just take it down a little bit. And then we'll do the same down here. Okay. Now this overlap here is a little bit awkward just now, but it won't be eventually because this trunk unit here is completely separate. So we'll work with what we've got just now. So let's just grab this one and bring that down. And do the same there. Okay, so we're going to want to do the same. We're just going to tidy this up a little bit. We're just going to bring these so that they're not going to interfere with the actual window themselves. So let's just grab these. I'm just going to pull them down. And it looks like we'll probably want to do the same with these ones too. Okay, and the same plan again. I'm going to grab my edge loop tool. I'm going to drop down where we want the glass to actually attach. And we will thicken up the glass eventually as well, so don't worry too much about that just now. Okay, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a bit. So let's start with the 4. So we'll do the same as before. I'm going to grab all of these edges, hit Control E, doesn't matter where, because we're going to be selecting these and extracting. And then we're simply going to hold down V and snap those to that same line that we've just added. Around there. And then do the same at the bottom. That's looking good. Doesn't look like we've got too much interference from the actual section we've just added. We do need obviously to have another one up here, so let's actually grab this one and chuck that there, which means we can insert another edge loop. I'm going to go halfway at this lowest point, bring that in there, and then we can use our edge loop tool again. I'm going to bring one across, something like that, and something like that. So I'm just bringing it so that these lines will flow into this one, and these will flow into that one too. I do want to make sure we're looking good down here. Just getting a little bit of curvature to those. And then that should allow us to snap here and here. Okay. And then on my one here, I didn't pull that one down quite enough, so let's go back underneath. And we'll just get that out of the way there. Okay, so that's looking quite good. Again, we'll do a little bit more to this at some point. I am going to center my pivot here, and I'm just going to pull that up just above everything there. That looks good. And then finally, before the end of the episode here, let's just apply our nice glass material to that too. Sweet. Alright then guys, so I think we'll stop there. In the next episode we will start to work down the rear of the car here, and then once that is done, we're just going to work to the same kind of standard as we do at the front. Once that is complete here, we'll then actually start to extract and smooth the panels and start to make it look like an actual decent 3D model. Sweet. Alright then guys, so if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you didn't, hit that thumbs down. If you like the content, make sure you subscribe for some more, and I will see you in the next one.